What up, Nick?
What up? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed. We got a dope guest here today. Here he is.
Man of the hour.
Man of the hour is here from last time. Oh shit, there
What
he
up,
is. What
Cowboys?
up, dude?
It's the Dixon Cowboy himself.
There he is, baby. There he is. What's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on? How
How's
you
it
doing,
going,
my
Phil?
brother?
Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday indeed. Cheers, my brother. Oh shit.
Also, so this thing, it looks fancy, right?
Bro, that thing is fucking badass.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's not even plugged in.
It's all good. Keep it in front of you. It looks even cooler though.
Dude, I had this huge plan. I was like, all right, I'm going to get this thing. This thing didn't work, so I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to use like the lapel thing. But when these plug into your phone, then you can't hear anything. So I was like, all right, well, iPhone it is, like everybody else.
It's all good.
Hey, I like your hat.
Do you? I like it too, bro. I like it too. Are you got them cowboy hats coming? Some Booyah cowboy hats?
Oh, man, that's a good idea.
Yeah, dude. It's
That's
very,
a good
but
idea.
you gotta do the foam ones. You know what I'm talking about? Those big
Yeah.
ass oversized foam ones. That shit would be dope.
Like the Dumb and Dumber, like he has the giant. Oh my God.
You know Chud, right? Chud's barbecue.
Yeah,
You see his page and shit. Chud's barbecue. He's got like a big oversized. I think it's foam, a foam cowboy hat he puts on too.
that's a fantastic idea. I like
So
it.
so before we get going on this, I gotta know right off the bat, are we seeing like a little change of the garb? Is that what's going on here? You know, the people want to know.
Um. Okay, so what happened was, okay, so I wear a cowboy hat every once in a while, but the problem with wearing a cowboy hat is you're afraid you're gonna get called a poser,
What?
right? But
Fuck
then
them.
in the metal community, you can kind of just rock one, so it's just kind of part of it. Rob Zombie, all that shit. Um, but then, uh, so right out of high school, me and my buddies made a movie. It was a vampire western movie
Oh, sick.
called Ravenwood. It's on video, but and so they got me this like a relatively nice. It was like a crushable felt cowboy hat, and I've had it for years. And then recently, I work outside, right? So I work out in a yard at an auction yard, and it gets so hot because it's all tile. It's not even gravel. It's crushed up tile
Oh
is what
shit.
we have in the yard. And so I started wearing the cowboy hat to kind of, protect more than like the baseball cap. And then basically it's black and it's felt, so it doesn't help so much. So getting the white one, it's like this keeps me cool. Yeah. And then also started reading a bunch of Western novels recently, and I'm in a big, deep cowboy hole right
I
now,
see
and I love it.
that. I
Yeah.
feel it. I feel it. I remember we had a. I don't know if this was like kind of across the board for everyone, but back in high school, you know, we had a lot of little fake little gangsters, little cholos. They were all wearing Ben Davis and Dickies and shit, and switched over to Cowboys like just 1 year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We all went to summer break. We came back, and all these dudes that were rocking the Ben Davis were wearing cowboy hats and fucking Wranglers and boots and shit. It's so it kind of gives me those vibes again. You know what I mean? Seeing you go that juxtaposition from being the fucking metalhead to now rocking the cowboy hat, but it looks good, bro.
It's
Definitely
a
looks good
little,
on you.
I do a little bit of a mixture, man. It's like uh, gangster, cowboy, metalhead. Like it's, I like to fuse things, you know.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad to have you on. For any of you guys that don't know, and I know all of you do, this is Booyah's Barbecue. Absolutely kills the fucking game. Running it up and down. This guy cooks on everything. You got the Texas Fuegos now, right?
Yep, yep.
That thing is badass. Are you having a ton of fun with that?
I love it. It's too fun. It's so fun.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just having an issue finding wood right now. Like that's been the main issue is just getting some wood.
Really? I got a guy for you if you want some cherry wood. I got a local guy, obviously right here in Brentwood. It's all these cherry farms and
All
stuff.
right.
And yeah, local guy. He's got more wood than he can do anything with. So he's like, hey man, the more you can take, the better. So come get you some of this wood out here, bro.
Oh yeah, love it.
Absolutely. So yeah, and we see Scott just joined right now. Also, you're another jealous devil
Oh,
boy. The three of us proudly rocking jealous devil.
always, baby.
Hell
Fueled
yeah.
by
So obviously
the devil.
fueled by the devil. So obviously, we all know you like to cook. You crush it on that, but you're clearly into metal. But what are some of the other things that you're into? People don't maybe necessarily know about you. You know, I know you've
Um,
kind of dropped some hints in the past before, but what are some of the other things you're into?
yeah, so I was in a death metal band
Hmm.
for about 10 years. That was a big part of my life. Like that was pretty much what I thought I I was gonna be. Obviously, I dropped out of high school so I could get a job at Blockbuster, showing my age, and so I could buy a big amp. And then yeah, I was in a metal band for about 10 years. Had some amazing experiences with that, but then hard thing about being in a band is hard thing about being in a band is it's not just your dedication, it's everyone. Like everyone's got to be on the same page.
Hmm.
And especially when we were like 22, 23 when we broke up. And because, I mean, got to start thinking about careers. And we got a guy in the band who's painting cars and doing pretty well for himself, So, but yeah, that was a blast. Um, and then
Yeah.
motorcycles is pretty much the other thing. Actually, when I first started my page, it was called Bikes, Brews, and BBQs, or Bikes, Brew, and BBQ, because I was like, those are the things I like, so that's what I'm going to post about. But it pretty much turned into just barbecue almost immediately, just because the barbecue community is so encouraging and supportive and like engaging that pretty much and I just fell in love with barbecue when I started that page, so it just that's it,
Hell yeah.
just dropped it off into Booyah because that was my nickname.
That's what's up. So obviously you're what they would call a man's man, right? You know what I mean? You're into all the dope manly shit, the metal, the barbecue, the
Well,
motorcycles. What about some of the
very yeah
softer side, bro? You got to have a softer side in there. I know you got a little baby girl, so
yeah
what are some of the softer things that maybe people don't know about you? You know what I mean? Maybe are you a badass jump roper or you know what I mean? Do you like to dance? You know what I'm
uh,
saying? Do you and your girl go out dancing? What do
uh,
you
no dancing. I, I don't even consider myself like a manly man kind of thing, like it's one of those weird things where like you know from a young age it's like I want a motorcycle, right? But then I always have this issue with any kind of like poser, right? So like my first motorcycle wasn't a Harley, it was something else. I just felt like I was like, I'm not doing it right. But then as time went on, I realized that like, oh, I am doing all the things. Like it's not like in Breaking Bad, the dude goes like no half measures. I was like, okay, from now on, it's Harley Davidson. All right, it's it's I'm gonna do the best charcoal. I'm gonna do the best like whatever I believe in is what I'm gonna go in. What was the question? Oh, softer side. Um, I got a softer side, man. Like I love movies to the point where like I will cry relatively often when watching a good flick.
Hey, I can understand that, man. Sometimes they touch the heart, bro. Do you remember the last one you cried in?
um, you know what? Today it was actually I. It's not like full on crying, but like
Yeah,
I'll
you
start get
choke
that
up.
like, oh, I feel it coming.
Yeah.
Like like oh, this is doing something, and that gets so much wider when you have kids. Like all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're untouchable, and then when you have a kid, like all these things, there's like a doorway right to your heart. It's just open, and
Yeah.
some stupid movie or show can just be like, hey, what about this? Doink. I was watching, like I said, I was into Western shit. I was watching 1883, that show,
Oh, yes.
Sam Elliott and
Yeah.
shit. And basically, it was like, I don't know, the dude's got a daughter, and like some Indian dudes were being like, oh, your daughter was the coolest fighter or some shit. It wasn't even like that great of a moment, but I was like, hey, watch out.
But it touched
Yeah.
you, right? Bro, no lie. 1883 absolutely
Yeah.
took me up really hard, man. Have you finished it yet or no?
I think I just finished the second to last episode.
Okay, yeah. So you're definitely getting there, man. So you've already hit some hard moments on that series. That shit was awesome though, wasn't it?
I'm just absorbing every kind of yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Did you
It's
see
pretty fast.
Yellowstone yet or no?
No, no. So I had actually so I was avoiding Yellowstone because like it kind of looked like soap opera-y, almost like a little like bro cringy.
Yeah.
Like ag bros probably loved it. Like I'm not trying to do that, but then someone described it as like Western Sons of Anarchy or something like that, and I was like, okay. And so I download or I subscribed to Paramount Plus because that's what I thought it was on, and then it's not even on
What?
Paramount Plus.
It's not?
So 1883 and 1923 are on Paramount, but Yellowstone is on Peacock. So I was like, all right, but I'll start it at some point. Yeah, I'll get there.
It's incredible, man. 18 I watched all of Yellowstone first before I went backtracking and hit the 1883. 1883, it's equally as good. Like it's a phenomenal series.
Nice.
But I think it's a little bit more honed in, whereas Yellowstone, it's a little more vast. Like it goes over, you got more characters, it dives into more drama type shit, where 1883 was a lot more about actual survival, and it felt a lot realer, right? 1883
Yeah,
feels real,
yeah.
but Yellowstone feels a little bit more, yeah, I'm watching a TV show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not too
You
over
got
the top.
1923. I haven't heard anything about that, but it's got Harrison Ford, so like I'm pretty
Mhm.
pumped.
I
So,
I
like,
put it on. We could right after we finished the 1883. I got into one episode and I didn't get sucked in the first one. If I don't get sucked in immediately, it kind of goes to the back burner. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't watch
Well,
too
it's
much
also
TV, so
I look for these kind of shows because they're my like lunch break and when my wife's not around shows. So I'm lucky enough that my wife and me have like we both have kind of the same taste. So if I start a show and it's too good, I know I can't watch it because I gotta wait for her.
yeah.
Like because like she doesn't make me watch The Bachelor or anything like a lot of dudes like the ladies have. And so like I started Outer Range is a show on Prime where it's Josh Brolin. It's like a modern western, but it's also very sci-fi. It's got dimensional time travel-y kind of
Whoa.
stuff.
Okay.
So it's too good. So I was like, okay, this can't be my sideshow, right?
You need that as the main. Yeah, you got to wait till you're done with these other
Because I'll
ones.
blast through everything, but then like the big ones, like True Detectives, Fargo, those ones are like those are the ones I gotta like, take my time on, watch them with the
I
ladies.
feel that. I feel that. Does hype behind a TV show, does it persuade you or push you away by chance?
I have a pretty good radar when it comes to so like I just watched Shogun, which is a good
Oh,
show,
I've heard a lot
but
about that.
there was a lot of hype, right? And most of the hype I hear is from podcasts I listen to, right? So like I've heard Rogan talk about Shogun, I heard like some other guys talk about Shogun, so it's like, okay, maybe I'll check it out. And I watched it and it was good, but I don't think I'd watch it again.
Okay.
Like, I can feel the show out pretty quickly when I start. I'll be like, oh, this one's got it. Like this is another level, yeah.
Hell yeah. Me personally, like if there's a lot of hype behind a show, I don't watch them right away when they first come out because I can't handle the cliffhangers. I can't wait until next week for the next episode. You understand what I mean?
You're a
I,
binger.
I'm a binger, die hard, because I don't, like I said, I don't watch TV much at all. But when I do, we put on a show after the kids are in bed, and we will stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning, knowing I got to work the next morning
Yeah,
because it's like, all right, another one, all right, another one.
yeah,
But when there's hype behind the show, I tend to like stay away from it.
mm,
Breaking Bad. I didn't watch Breaking
okay,
Bad until the entire series was over.
yeah.
Um, I still haven't seen Sons of Anarchy. Never watched Game of Thrones just because I just think to myself like there's no way it's gonna live up to the hype.
No,
I don't want to be disappointed.
I got a lot of buddies. I know a lot of people who have that same kind of mindset, right?
Yeah,
But part of you has to know that like when it's that fast of a hype, there's something there, right?
yeah, for sure.
Like I've converted a bunch of my buddies into that same kind of thing where it's like with Breaking Bad, I was like, listen, I know there's hype, but it pushes through. Like it will push through the hype. And like same with Game of Thrones. Like I've read the novels, which are still not done, and they probably never will be. But Game of Thrones is one that like also season one, like first few episodes can kind of if you're into the intrigue, it's pretty tight. Action scenes are terrible, but like the whole budget of the first season, it was like $7 million. In the other seasons, each episode was like a $10 million budget.
Damn,
Like
really?
it goes quick, and those stories are just, yeah, they're just solid. Breaking Bad, that Sons of Anarchy, it is pretty soap opera-y. Like it's pretty hardcore, like bro soap opera stuff.
I can
But
deal with that though.
I'm obsessed with motorcycles, and like it's just good. I probably watch Sons of Anarchy once every 2 or 3
No
years. I'll go through
shit.
it again.
The whole series, you'll start
Yeah.
from scratch and watch it all over.
Yeah, that
I feel that.
Sopranos.
Yes.
Yeah, I just keep going through. And
I've seen The Sopranos several times too. Several times.
Yeah, True Detective season 1 is the one that I think is probably the best TV ever made.
True Detective.
True Detective, but just the first season.
I've heard
Matthew McConaughey
too.
and Woody Harrelson.
I'll check that out. Let's before we keep going, because we can go all day on this.
Yeah,
I want to make sure
we're just gonna talk about TV first.
Right. I want to make sure we get to some of these questions that come in, because I got a bad habit of skipping past questions here. Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, you're good. What was your band's name?
My band's name was Apocryphos, which was a little difficult to to memorize for some people, because like we did a lot of Battle of the Bands, and we won almost every Battle of the Bands we did, and they'd be like, all right, the winner is, hold on a second, and be like, all right, that's us. So it was Apocryphos, and the music isn't available. I think I have some songs on SoundCloud, but that's about it. Like that was the shit. We played at Slim's in San Francisco, which was probably the best show we've ever played. I'll do a quick dive in the band real quick.
Yeah, please.
So it was like a melodic Viking death metal kind of a thing. Basically, like the band Amon Amarth, that's what we were kind of going for. But then we also had influences of like some more like black metal-y stuff and Arch Enemies, things like that. So yeah, never really toured because we were probably the best brokest band in our area. We had 3 guitars, so I played rhythm and did vocals, and then we had 2 lead guitars, so it was all harmonies, like, yeah, we had a good run. It was fun. Good time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a favorite vocalist? And we'll get to the questions. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
Just a follow-up.
No, you're good.
I have a favorite vocalist, probably Nurgle from Behemoth.
Fuck, I wish I knew who that was.
It's, yeah, as a frontman, man, dude, theatrical, like just, it's black metal too, so he's got like the white face paint with the black over the eyes and stuff.
Okay.
They're just like, they got fire, and it's super evil, super dope.
Hell yeah. And does he have like one voice to him, or does he have like a melodic voice and then like the screaming voice?
It's interesting that I chose him, like, not even just because of his vocals, but more of his, like, his presence and his lyrics and his songwriting. But he's actually got not an insanely big range, which is normally big for me. Like I like a lot of highs. Like I like highs when it comes to my screaming. Good yo, good lows, couple in there, Like that dude from Lorna Shore, they're pretty popular. They're on TikTok and shit now. They're like a deathcore band. That guy's vocals are insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got, Nick?
Tone would like to know, what conditioner do you use for that beautiful hair?
whatever my wife buys, dude. So I was, even during all the metal years, I kind of killed my hair. It used to be super thick and luscious and stuff. But then one day, we were about to play a show and in Anaheim. And so we're all stuffed in this hotel room. And I was always jealous of our bass player's hair because he's Native American, always just super straight and stuff. And my friend's girlfriend was like, "Hey, can you straighten your hair?" So I was like, "Can you do that to me?" And then I just started straightening my hair when it's wet and shit, whatever, just fried it. But no, any conditioner that my wife gets.
Good answer.
Good moisture. There you go, Tone. I told Tone to grow his hair out. When he's over at my house, he said he used to have long hair with like a braid and shit. And I was like, bring it back, Tone.
Hell yeah, you should. I'm growing mine out. I don't know if you can see it. I've been working on it.
That's why the beer's looking so good. We have a little power for beer, and you put the power into there.
Yeah, it's beef tallow. That's what I put in the beer. Beef tallow.
Yes.
What else we got, Nick? I know we got some more, right?
What's your favorite glizzy toppings?
Oh, wait. What isn't a glizzy topping? Um, I'm pretty sure every glizzy is bacon wrapped. I don't know if bacon wrapped counts as a topping.
I think
But I'm
so.
gonna go. Actually, you know what? Simple mayonnaise,
Whoa.
mayo, dude. I normally there's some version of mayo on almost any glizzy I make.
Wow.
I love the creaminess, even if it's like mixing mayo with scorpion rub or mixing mayo with whatever, Worcestershire sauce or whatever. There's mayo, always very solid on the
No
mayo.
way. That was my dad's favorite. That's how he ate his glizzies,
Yeah,
man.
mayonnaise.
Yeah, with mayonnaise. And I hate mayonnaise. And he used to force me to eat it. You know what I mean? I think that's why I hate it. Like there's things that I just don't really like, but mayonnaise I fucking hate. And I'm pretty sure that's why, because I was forced into eating it, as a kid.
Mayonnaise is king. Love it.
You guys see that video that's been making the rounds where they were shaving the glizzy with a vegetable peeler and then fried up those glizz strands.
I think
That's the
I,
best glizzy topping.
I saw it starting. I
Did
was
you?
gonna do like a glizzy recently, where I was gonna do like a glizzy with like the mini like the little smokies,
Yeah.
put little smokies on there, and then have the bun be also. I might still do that because I went keto recently, and so I was like,
Oh,
like,
nice.
dude, like that fucks up my whole thing. Like I just got a pizza oven. I'm the glizzy goblin, and now like, yeah, I gotta get creative.
You got to find a way to get
Yeah,
the fucking meat tubes into your mouth now without buns.
that
You know
try
what I'm
different.
saying? We got
The
another one
people,
in there.
yeah, the people want to know what you're sipping on, Booyah.
Oh, I'm sipping on Bray Ranch.
There you go.
This is their straight. It's the cask strength, so it's like they don't mess with it or something. I don't watch my video on it. It has the whole description because I don't. It's stronger than normal. It's 60%. It's 121 proof.
Strong.
Super good.
That's how I
So this is
like
actually
it.
the first time I've had it with ice. I've only ever drinking it neat so far. I only put it with ice because if I don't, I'm gonna drink way too much of it, like in a very short amount of time.
I feel that. I feel that. I got two things here in the spirit of Booyah being here today. We got some Four Legs Brewing the Hellhound.
Nice, dude.
This is a Irish red ale. This thing's fucking awesome. And then for my bourbon, because I gotta have my bourbon as well, I got the Headbanger, fucking the Metalhead cast strength whiskey, 131 proof.
Heyo.
This shit will put your dick in the dirt. And no, Rio, you can't. You ain't gonna have none of that, bro. We got some of that Captain for you on the side. But yeah, that's what I'm sipping on. What
Nice.
about you, Nick? You got a Kirkland cooler over there?
Nah, I got coffee. I'm a lame-o.
Coffee tonight?
Coffee tonight.
Bro.
You
That's
know,
what's up.
waking up so early because we're about to go out to dinner tonight. If I'm gonna be up past 8 o'clock on a Friday, I need some coffee about right now.
I always
Yeah.
have coffee right before I get off work on a
Do you
Friday because I'm like,
really?
yeah, it's a different energy on Fridays. I'm like, when I'm off work Friday, even if I don't have plans, I'm just like, no, there's coffee right before I get off because it kind of gets me all juiced, dancing on the way home. Yeah.
Ramped up for the weekend, huh? You work Monday through Friday, have the weekends off?
Yep. Monday through
That's what,
Friday,
that's what's up.
uh, normally 7 to like 5.
There you go. Staying on that grind. How old's your daughter, bro?
She
She's little,
just turned
right?
3 years old last week.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
wild.
Is she into some of the metal lifestyle, or
Um,
is she just
she is naturally like. There's no way she's not going to be a musician. Like
that's cool.
she's so like naturally, even since she was really little, like even less than a year, she'd have rhythm. Like she claps on beat with things.
That's what's up.
Um, we played. I think my wife had her in the store, and reggaeton started playing, and she covered her ears. I was like, that's incredible, dude. Black Sabbath, she jams out. Like, she did dance to some Bruno Mars the other day, though, which I was like, hey, that's not what we're about. But like, I'm not gonna hold you back. You know, if you like it, you like it. You know. But yeah, she's definitely like she knows she can even like go on even before she could do any kind of talking or anything.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm playing guitar or something, she can get to that key with her voice. It's crazy. So yeah, pretty excited to see where that's gonna go.
That's awesome, man. Fatherhood's the best, man. Doesn't get much better than that. I think my son just popped in with a question for you specifically, Booyah. What did he say there?
Were my wings good enough for you?
Dude, your son killed some wings, dude. Those are some great. Yeah.
He doesn't,
And especially for
right.
making, that was like a large amount. I feel like most people, when you first start making wings, you're just doing those one Foster Farms packs you get from the store, right? You're making like 8 at a time. He made a large batch, and that's a different process. Like, it's a large batch of wings takes a little bit more to get them all, consistently good. And he did nail it. I had a bunch of his wings.
Hell yeah. There you go,
I
Mason.
look forward to them every time.
Absolutely.
So talking about wings, somebody wants to know, Papa Dan, what's the most wings you've eaten at one time?
Great question.
Honestly, it's probably not even any of my wings. Like, a lot of times, a lot of those videos, I'm clearing all those. Like, right when right when I do that, I'm coming right back, and like, I'm just imagining if I kept it recording, and it would just be heavy breathing, and you'd just be like, so I do clear out some wings, but I think the most wings I've ever done in a setting was probably when I don't even know if they do it anymore. Me and my buddies in our early 20s used to go to Hooters every Wednesday because they had 50-cent wings, and they're puny wings there, but yeah, we'd have like our table would get well over 100. We just like plate after plate after plate after plate.
They're damn good wings too. You
Dude,
can't hate
that
on those
mixture
Hooter
of whatever
wings.
that sauce is, you get them naked. You don't want any breading on the Hooters wings. Just get them sauced, and then you get like 50 ranches right next to you, and just go to town. And like, we'd all just mob in my buddy's minivan to there, and then right when we're done, on the way back, because we'd have to drive from Dixon to Sacramento to go do that, we'd have to call. My house only had one bathroom, and so we'd have to like organize the bathroom stops, because you got about 45 minutes after you're done eating 50 Hooters wings before all of that's coming out. And so it'd be like, okay, we're gonna stop at this spot on the way here. You're jumping out of the van. We're peeling out. We're going here. Yeah.
That's awesome. Any more down there?
So another question we have is, who's your favorite band and why is it Creed?
I already know who that's at.
Well, Tone. Creed was favorite band. I hate that question so much. I hate that almost as much as what's your favorite movie. It's
That's
always
gonna be the
changing.
follow-up.
It's
Sure
always
is.
changing. And like I have a very, very broad spectrum when it comes to music, right? So, man, it was always it was like Zayo, right? So I was a pastor's kid growing up. So I was only allowed to listen to Christian music and oldies. So the first favorite band was probably Beach Boys, and then it was Zayo, which was like this early, like late '90s, early 2000s kind of hardcore. It's not hardcore. We didn't have the name for it back then, but it was just dope. Super aggressive music. And then when I found metal, it was pretty much Children of Bodom and Amon Amarth forever. And then I got into hip hop in my 20s, and then it was now it's probably a mixture of Suicide Boys, Coulter Wall, and Behemoth. Three. You got death metal, country, and hip hop.
What's the lead singer of Slipknot? Is it Corey Thomas? Corey Taylor, that's what it is. Corey Taylor. What do you think of his voice?
I liked it a whole lot more on the first two Slipknot albums
Yeah.
before it started singing like a little like that's how we looked at it. Like in the metal thing, it was like, okay, Slipknot, like the first album, Sick was sick, and then Iowa was sick, and then he started fucking around with Stone Sour, started getting a little soft, like getting that singing with Wait and Bleed. That's fine, you can sing in Wait and Bleed, that's great. But then he starts singing and singing and singing, and then it's just like, okay, now Slipknot, now Stone Sour is now Slipknot, and I know they started getting aggressive again, and that was like they were like the kings of like the new metal movement. I feel like, but yeah, I haven't listened to Slipknot since Iowa.
Well, yeah, I definitely don't like his voice. Then I wasn't gonna say that I like his voice.
He's
at
got
all.
a great voice.
Yeah,
He's got a great voice, and his scream is iconic and intense. His scream is one of those screams that I'm like, that hurts, because I was a vocalist, so I know which ones hurt, and so I know he's very good because he's been able to do that an entire career. So he's got some sort of trick that he does, that he's able to do that yell scream and not burn his vocals out, because there's certain vocals you can do, like the death metal vocals that I did was way more gravelly and shit and harder to understand. It wasn't so much of a yell as like a gargly scream. So what he does is a yell, and you can burn your vocals out. Old hardcore bands, you could burn their vocals out. James Hetfield, Metallica,
yes.
Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, crazy vocals, but then they all changed. Like once he started doing the and singing more, it's because he burned his vocals out. He couldn't do that. He was that shit he was doing. He burned it out. So.
And you think when it burns out for good, right? It's not just for the night. It's not for.
I think it's more like a warning. Like they'll sit you down and be like, I think what happened, Jay's is like, hey, you keep doing this, like you're gonna be done. Like you're gonna sound like RFK or something if you keep doing this. Like, and so he switched it up. A lot of the old like 90s and early 2000s hardcore bands, they're just like, well, fuck you, where that's what I do, and then they just do.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I know you didn't want to ask the question. You hate the question, but what's your favorite movie? Let's say of the from 2010 till now, right? For the last 14, 15 years. What's your favorite movie you've seen here?
That one's difficult because time is weird.
Okay.
Like saying 2010, I'm like,
the fuck came out?
When did
out in 2010?
When did what came out? Like now that I just realized, that I mean I've been realizing it, but I'm old. The first one that comes to mind is The Witch. It was a A24 flick. There's a horror movie called The Witch, and it encompasses everything I like in a horror movie. Very serious, just very, very. I feel like it's our generation's The Exorcist.
Oh no shit! Really?
Yeah.
Tell me what's it called again? Say it again.
The Witch.
The Witch.
It's The Witch.
All right, I'm gonna look that up.
V's. It's like two V's. It's like The Witch. That's how.
I see what you're saying. Is it an American film?
American film. It takes place in like Puritan era. There's a goat called Black Phillip. There's a lot of Satan elements. Very dope. It was one of A24's kind of like first like breakout. Like, oh, look what these guys are doing. Quickly after The Witch, they came with Hereditary and things like that. It was like, oh, this is a new genre of horror. Like we're taking horror movies back. Because that was another thing from an earlier question from you. Horror movies, massive. I'm a big horror movie guy. So like in the 90s, we had some great horror movies, right? You got Hellraiser, all these. They're still a little cheesy, but there's so much gore, it's fine. And then all through the 2000s, we got kind of this cheesy, marketable horror.
Yeah.
That got in there, right? So you'd have, like
The Ring.
There's nine Conjuring movies, 9 Paranormal Activities, like all these things. The Ring I liked, and then they got to make 7 more or whatever, And The Witch seems like they took it back, like A24 took horror movies back to like The Exorcist, Rosemary's Baby. Like, let's bring actual acting and compositions back into movies. So I'm going to go with The Witch if we're going 2010. My old list would always be like, okay, Dark Knight was my favorite movie of all time.
Dark Knight's fucking stellar movie, dude.
That's in my
Stellar
top
movie.
3.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight was the reigning champ of. And I think that's still just my answer most of the time when anyone asks that.
Yeah, it's
Just
hard to beat.
because you'll watch so many good movies and be like that one, and then you're like, but everything comes back to Dark Knight. I think Dark Knight, Goodfellas, Pulp Fiction. There you
The
Hey,
robbery scene in
all
Dark
stellar
Knight.
choices. All stellar choices. I think what makes a great movie is something that not only can you watch again and again, but you have a hard time if you're browsing through things and you see it's on, you can't
Yeah,
not watch it. You know what I'm saying?
that's a perfect metric to find it. If if you're going through and you're like, you always have to stop in and watch. So
Hmm.
Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas were always like that. Dark Knight always like that. Um,
Did you ever end up catching this one? I've recommended it to a lot of people. Most people ended up not seeing it or even hearing of it. But Bad Times at the El Royale. Did you see that one?
um, yes,
Yeah, you did.
yeah, yeah,
Jeff
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bridges. It's got
Yeah.
the guy from Thor in
They
it.
all go to
What did you think of that?
Chris
Yes,
Hemsworth. Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
yeah. I did
Did
see that.
Did you like that movie?
Yeah, it was good.
I can't.
I
I
completely
can't not watch that.
forgot about it until you said that.
Yeah.
but yes, no, that was one of those good ones. I feel like that was almost a play on. There's a movie called Identity with Ray Liotta
Yes.
and stuff.
Yes,
Like
I saw that.
there's a weird vibe when it comes to like shitty hotel movies.
Yeah.
Like those are two really good ones.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason I like that one, it's I think they call it an Italian soap opera, which is what Pulp Fiction's classified as. Italian soap opera is a movie where it tells the story from all the different characters' perspectives, right? You got
Yeah.
one movie, ton of characters, and then it just kind of goes through all the different character. I don't know. That's what I like a lot. That style of
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Excuse me, sorry guys, but yeah. Outside of that, do you have any like guilty pleasures, guilty pleasure movies, guilty pleasure music? You know, the stuff that you hate to admit you like, but you really do.
Um. Well, that's one of the things is like there was guilty pleasure stuff, but then it's like I don't know if I like something, then I'm gonna like it. So
Yeah,
like even some of my reels, like I'll put like it's mostly hip hop I use just because I feel like that works in videos the best
yeah,
because most people are watching stuff through their phone, and so that's you could have a hip hop beat and hear the sizzle and your tools and stuff. Um, but like I would love to use death metal all the time in my videos, but it's so trebly. It just blasts the speakers out, you know. Um, but what was your question again? Sorry about that. Oh,
guilty
guilty pleasure.
pleasures.
But yeah, if I like something, a guilty pleasure was I'll ironically like a song until I actually like it, right? So recently I think I did 3 reels on the I don't care, I love it, like, and I was dancing. And you guys were there when I was grooving to that
Yeah,
at Toads. Like that was basically right when that phase was going on. It's like this is kind of a guilty pleasure, but I'll embrace it. I'll show it to everybody. Like,
for sure.
like yeah.
That's a solid fucking answer. The I don't care song for sure.
What other song just comes in like, ding, like it just hypes me up, dude. Hypes me up.
I feel that. I feel that. We got some more that came in, Nick.
We do. I like this one a lot. Fuck, marry, kill. Brisket, pork ribs, and chicken wings.
Ooh.
This is going to be for the clip, I'm sure.
Fuck, marry, kill, brisket. Was it pork ribs and chicken wings?
Yep.
Cool.
You know, the dark meat
Name
chicken wings?
the three most pivotal things in my barbecue journey. I would kill brisket. I love it, but we've had a history. Okay, I had a very successful one recently, so I'm excited to keep doing briskets, but they're dead. Um, I would fuck pork ribs because it's like mostly because I have to marry chicken wings. Chicken wings is my babe. Chicken wings, there's just the opportunities are endless, but also pork ribs are are very similar to chicken wings because you can do anything.
Yeah.
Whenever I do a chicken wing, weird combination like Code Red or Baja Blast wings, and it works, I'm like, okay, next step. Now I'm doing Code Red pork ribs. So yeah, you got fuck Mary Kill, fuck brisket, Mary chicken wings.
No, you're
No, no,
killing the
no, no.
brisket.
I'm killing it so far. Fuck pork ribs, Mary chicken wings, and then the last one.
Mary and the
Kill the brisket.
pork
I
ribs.
love it.
I just fucking clipped
What
it.
about you, Nick? Same question to you, Nick. I want to hear your answers.
I'm going to say fuck pork ribs, marry chicken wings, and
Kill brisket.
no, no,
That was
no, never mind. I'm
the same
gonna
answer.
fuck the no. I'm gonna fuck the brisket, kill the ribs, and marry the chicken wings.
There you go.
What about
I'm
you?
fucking the brisket. 'Cause that gash is just too fucking too nice to not fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking that brisket, baby. And then I'm definitely gonna kill some chicken wings because every time I see chicken wings, I kill them things. And I guess I'm marrying some pork ribs. You know what I'm saying? Guess I'll marry those pork ribs. But
and
hey, we had a couple of questions that came in prior for you. What's the proper way to pronounce gochujang?
Oh, okay, cool. Who said
You
that?
probably already know. You probably already
That's
know who asked
406.
that.
Is he in here?
Yeah, no, he did ask that.
Gochujang.
That's got to be an inside joke, I assumed.
It
It
is.
was.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm like, well, luckily, Melinda just came out with this, so now I actually can phonetically look at it, and it's very simple. I don't know why. At Tone's house, I would just hear someone be like, "Oh yeah, there's gochujang in there," and I'd be like, "Gochujang." I thought it was this difficult word, but it's literally so phonetically easy.
Yeah,
It's gochujang. Boom.
that's all that was. All right, I was thinking there must have been more behind that or something, but I guess that's what it
It
was.
was there was a secret sauce floating around the party, and that was one of the ingredients. And so we're trying to come up with a name for this secret sauce, and so we kept going. I kept being like gochujang, and they'd be like, "That's not it." But then I was very inebriated, so I just kept being like, I kept going back to. I had to see it spelled out.
I
And
see.
now Melinda's did that for me. So
There you go. Melinda's coming in clutch always.
always.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Melinda's, man. Obviously, you got a lot of dope relationships, right? Obviously, Blazing
Yeah.
Star, Melinda's, Al Fragoni. You show a ton of love, just like everyone else does, to Al
Mhm.
Fragoni. Tell me what those relationships mean to you to be able to be attached to some brands like that. You know what I mean?
Um. Yeah. Melinda's. So like, Blazing Star was like, I think I was. I don't even think I was. Even, I was maybe a year into doing the barbecue thing when I got onto Blazing Star. So like it was pretty quickly when I first started. I started. We all started seeing it, getting on there, and so like they held like a kind of a competition to like have another person join the team,
Oh wow.
and it was like there was like weekly kind of goal kind of things we did, and I was just like, if it's gonna be anyone, it's gonna be me. That's what I told him, right? Like I was like, this is my spot. If you guys are open to have a spot, it's mine. And I was still young in the barbecue. Like I didn't realize it now. Like when I go back and look, like every once in a while, I'll go back to the bottom of my feed, right? And I'll look at these moments. And I'm like, oh, that was pretty quick that happened. And so that the Blazing Star, being a part of the Blazing Star cartel is very important to me. That's like a brotherhood that I have with these guys. And like Mike said, they told me later, it's like, no, it was already you. Your spot was decided before the competition was in mine. But yeah, like that that was very big for me. And then Melinda's, I just they're one of those relationships where I just started using the products because I got the black truffle. I think I saw it at Walmart, and I was like, I feel like I've seen this before, and I got it. And I was like, oh, this is killer. Started making content, and then they had reached out and they just started sending me tons of stuff, and like everything I've had from Melinda's, like I've never tried a bad product, right? So like it was just like this is an easy partnership. Like like I love your guys' stuff. You like what I do. Everyone's helping each other out. So that Melinda's has been huge. Like they're the reason I was able to get my truck. Like
No shit.
then it's been great.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and as far as all these guys, like yeah, these are all still homies. You know.
You got Chuck back there too, right? It looks like Chuck's
We
new
got
bottles.
Chuck's. We got Chuck's over here. We got Alfregone's Asado, which is his most recent one, which is absolutely
Incredible.
killer. Blazing Star, of course. We got the Cali Cajun right here.
Oh, who's that guy?
There. I had to go find it. I have to go find your rubs every time because my wife uses them so much.
Oh no way!
They're never over here because like my wife always takes them and like puts them over in more of the kitchen area. Wood fire whiskey. Like these are the homies, man.
Hell yeah, yeah, that's pretty dope, man. I know I'm proud to be on that shelf with some of those other guys, man.
Hell yeah,
they're all legends in my mind.
I gotta get more of your stuff, dude. Like I had the Cali Cajun. Yeah,
Shit bangs, huh?
I'm getting.
You know where I'm at, bro. I'm easy to find. I'm easy to find. Oh yeah. Are you going out tomorrow? To Big O's? Do you know?
Big O's?
Big O's? Or are you gonna go over to E2 Winery? Do you know?
It's the only two things, right? And I don't know. So like, basically, normally when these things happen, I hit up Pun and I go, "Hey, are you going to this?" And he goes like, "No, I gotta go to this." And then I go, "Well, do I want to drive 2 hours to not drink, or I don't know." I'm still trying to figure that.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm hitting a boat. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. Right as I asked you, I'm like, "Fuck!" I just put him on the spot, didn't I?
No, you put me on the spot. But it's like, and then I try and think. It was like, okay, and now I'm going to put Nick on the spot. So I'm like, well, I do know a guy who lives in Vacaville.
So I was about to say, just show up tomorrow about 7 and let's roll out.
Are you going to both?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then maybe I'll hit both then tomorrow.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there tomorrow. I'm gonna go to E2 early in the morning, spend some time with the boys, and then cruise over to Big O's house.
Rio said, "Drive with me, bro." I'm not driving to Rio Vista. That's the whole purpose of what I'm talking about. I love these events. I do, but I also I am.
You want to let loose.
Homebody. I'm also a lazy homebody, which is how the whole barbecue thing came about. Is like I like being in my abode, but I love the events. But then it's like, yeah, getting there is always an issue, especially when you do this stupid shit.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't drink, so I got you. I'll get you home.
I know that. I love that shit about you.
Safety first, always, man. Always.
Always.
What else we
got a question. What's your favorite wild game to cook?
Favorite wild game? What exactly constitutes a wild game? Because I haven't even had a lot of shit. I've never had elk.
That's wild game. Yeah.
Right.
Elk, deer.
Ostrich wouldn't be a wild game, would it?
I think people would consider ostrich wild game.
Like if something's gamey, does that make it wild? Like
No,
I don't know how.
I don't think so. I think if it's not traditionally like farm raised, you know what I mean? I mean that's just my opinion.
So lamb wouldn't count as wild game.
I don't think so.
Even though it's gamey, lamb is gamey, but it's not wild game.
It's not wild. It's pretty tame.
Exactly.
It stays home.
What do you guys think in the comments down here? Do you consider ostrich to be wild game? So what do you think? Out of what you know, you guess you haven't had any then? No elk, no deer, no bison.
I've had like a little bit of veal, which was cool, but it's super lean, so it wasn't my super favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've had. I don't love ostrich. Ostrich can be wild, but even that wasn't really my favorite either. So I feel like I need to have elk or something like that, you know.
For sure. Elk is pretty fucking good, but I think
Oh
Willie
shit!
just nailed the question.
No, I got it. I got it. 406 barbecue fed me bear.
Oh, fucking
Oh yeah.
yes, dude.
Dude, that
Yes.
was good. I don't know if they said what's my favorite to cook. I've never cooked bear, but I've had his, and that's the shit.
Fuck yeah. We're going out camping soon, and I'm pretty nervous since I ate some of that bear, bro. I know they coming for my ass. I know they're coming for me, but it's fucking Slick Willie hit up fucking hookers. Are hookers considered wild game? I don't know. I think it depends on how wild that ride is.
Are you killing them and eating them? Because that's question. So,
Oh shit. As you fix the mustache, that's fucking perfect. Oh shit. So what else, my brother? You obviously you like drinking your bourbons, you like drinking your beers. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite beer to drink? Do you have a favorite bourbon, or do you just kind of whatever you're feeling like at the time?
I just realized this message never sent, so I'm gonna go ahead and doink.
Yeah, put that in there now, because
Um, sorry, repeat that real quick for me.
let me pin that real quick. I obviously you like drinking beers, you like having your bourbon and your drinks and shit. Do you have a favorite, or
Favorite
do you
bourbon.
just kind of go with the flow, whatever you're feeling in the moment? I know you want to say Frey Ranch, obviously, right?
Well, you have relationships
Yeah,
that you work with. Um, they're not watching. Um, favorite bourbons. Man, I love bourbon. Um, but like I don't tend to have the budget to like be a bourbon dude,
I got
right?
you. I
Like
know
you see
what
these
you
dudes
mean.
on TikTok and stuff where it's like these guys are trying stuff I've never even seen before. Um, but some of my favorites have been well, Gold Bar's Brick House is so solid.
It really is.
That
Yeah,
Brick House
agreed.
is such a solid, solid bourbon. Um, I really liked. No, Templeton was a rye, so that doesn't count.
I mean, we'll throw you can
Yeah,
you can throw a rye in there. You can throw a rye in
yeah.
there.
Templeton
Yeah.
rye. I I love the best one I ever had was it was called Hirsch Selection, and I don't even think they're in business anymore. I was in I was in Bevmo one day. This is like probably 15 years ago, and I was looking at Angel's Envy. I had already had a bottle before, and I was looking at Eagle Rare because those were kind of like the ones I knew, and I love both of those bourbons. And this guy, he was one of the distributor dudes, and he was stocking the shelves, and he's like, "Check out this bottle," and it was that Prohibition era style bottle, right? And it was just super simple. It just said her selection, had a little American flag on it, and it was one of the best bourbons I've ever had in my life. If I could find those again, I would buy them. There was very good stuff. But obviously, the Frey Ranch. That's why the relationship worked because like with most of the stuff that I'm gonna promote, like the first time I made a deal with Frey Ranch, I hadn't tried it yet, and so I didn't really know what to expect. And then I got some of their bourbon in, and I tried it, and I was like, "Oh, thank God,
Yeah.
thank God it's good," because now I can make a video. Like I can make a video, because that's something I take pretty seriously. Is like I'm not gonna, uh, like if I tried it and it sucked, like I couldn't put a video out. I'd have to send it back to him or something. But
Yeah.
Frey Ranch is very good, and I have like 12 of these, so that's like this is kind of pretty much all I drink. I got
Hell
so
yeah.
much, and
Bring one
it's
tomorrow.
so good. Oh, 100%, dude. I'll
Bring one tomorrow. I want to
I'll
try some of that, man.
bring two. If Tona's still watching, he's gonna know that. Like that's why I brought it to him for his birthday. But he's probably not here anymore. It's cool.
Sharing is
No,
caring, man.
he's
Sharing.
actually here, and he wants to know what's your favorite Melinda sauce and why.
What's my favorite? What?
Melinda sauce.
Oh shit.
Is it
It's
the
like
black
choosing a favorite
pepper
kid.
ketchup or is it a actual sauce?
Uh, damn. You had to mention the ketchups. So that Chipotle ketchup is a game changer.
Is it?
Massive, massive game changer. Like whoever thought to change the flavor of your ketchup? No one was doing it. Now Heinz is doing it. Now other people are doing it. But Melinda's came on with the black pepper. jalapeno, chipotle ketchup. But honestly, right now, because that's always changing too. But right now, it's the gochujang, dude. I put it
Is
on
it?
everything. I put it on everything, dude.
Oh
I
yeah.
just put it in. We made, yeah. Even when my wife's cooking, I'll just sneak in there and just squirt some in there. And what else? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the gochujang.
Perfect. Perfect.
Speaking of
Speaking
your
of
wife's cooking, yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
Nick.
uh, speaking of your wife's cooking, what's the favorite thing that she cooks, as well as what's the favorite thing you cook that's her favorite? I think I said
Okay,
that right.
okay. Um, my favorite thing she cooks is her chili. You will not see a chili recipe on my page, and because like that's kind of a big thing in barbecue, right? Like I was like, I'm gonna make my own, have my own chili recipe, but her chili is the best chili I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
It's and it's so good that I'm like I why would I make one? Like you already did it, you know. So like eventually I'm gonna make a video where it'll be her making the chili, and I'll just show you guys how she does it because it's so killer. But it's basically, yeah, she just cooks a stupid amount of bacon, and then all that grease, all the bell peppers and other peppers and stuff she puts in there, that all cooks in the bacon grease, and then you start adding some proteins and all the rest of the stuff, and it takes a few hours, but it's, yeah,
Hell
best
yeah.
thing I've ever had.
Is it like a beef and sausage base, or is it a? It's not a chicken chili,
Uh,
right?
no, fuck no, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not. I'm not the biggest fan of the chicken chilies.
she has a white bean chili she does, which is also really good. But the main chili is, yeah, it's like we'll mix it up. It's always a beef, but then sometimes it'll be Italian sausage or pork sausage. Recently, I put some lamb in it or whatever.
Damn.
But yeah, and sometimes I'll chuck some leftover brisket in there or whatever. I throw in the extra little pieces, but the flavor is always. And then recently, because I went keto, she made me an all meat version, and it was the best I've ever had. So I'm very pumped about this. Like, I was like, I knew all meat chili was going to be better than with beans.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
who wouldn't think that? Who's like, you know what this is missing? Beans. No one's ever said that. I know it's a big argument in the barbecue community, but
Exactly.
no
Yeah,
one's
I was
ever been
gonna go
like, man,
there.
I miss beans. I don't know. Not me.
You know what? I prefer beans in my chili. I like beans in my chili, you know. I don't have anything against chili without beans, but I got there's nothing wrong with putting beans in chili.
Exactly. Unless keto or something, then you got to do
Yeah, and then
it.
then you can't.
But that was to say, like, I'm weird with like beans, rice, things like that. I feel like they're filler things.
Yeah.
Like, and I can enjoy some beans. Like, if you make a killer barbecue beans, I'm down. But like, I do see some of those kind of starchier things as like a filler. That's why this is going to be blasphemy. This is going to be a thing. I switched from burritos to quesadillas a few years ago, and I've just been a straight quesadilla guy over burritos because I was like,
Really.
hey, just bring me straight to the sauce, meat, cheese, tortilla.
I feel it. I feel
Like,
it. Get rid of all that filler,
cut
huh?
out the middleman, dude. Cut out the middleman guy. Let's go straight to the shit I like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel it.
So
What else, Nick? We got some
we got a question. Have you ever had any scary moments on your bike?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
always.
I in 2012, I think it was. I was heading by. So I worked at IKEA at the time. I lived in South Sacramento. I worked at IKEA serving up those Swedish meatballs,
No
and
shit.
I was riding. I had a little tiny 250 bobber motorcycle, really low to the ground, almost like a little chopper, right? And I'm heading to work, and it was on, I think it's Sacramento Avenue. It goes right by the river, you know, and it turns into like right where like Reed is over there. Anyway, no one's gonna know where that, but anyway, I'm going along, and an 83-year-old man made a left turn in front of me, and I hit his front passenger tire and flipped over his car and then landed down. I broke my femur
Oh,
and and uh, I broke my pinky, which won't close ever again, and then I had to have some bones removed from my wrist. That was a yeah, it was like a week in the ICU. So
Jesus.
that was a good one. That one got
Jesus.
me.
Glad you're still
What a bummer.
on the bike though. Glad you still it didn't take you away from the bike, you know what I mean?
So it didn't take me away from the bike. I was actually like I was still like I was looking online because my bike was totaled in the hospital bed. I was still looking for stuff, but like I didn't get another bike until 8 years later. I didn't get another bike until I waited until I could afford a Harley, basically. So, but yeah, it's one motorcycles is one of those things that like that was one of the things that kind of told me that like okay, this is something that is just kind of a part of you. Is that like you can have something like this happen, and that was a big moment in my life, getting that big wreck, right, man? Like it was kind of like staring death in the face a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not gonna. I still have this thing in me that's like I need to be on two wheels, you know, and I'm not gonna let being afraid of something happening stop me from doing something that like part of me needs. So yeah, I'm a much better rider now though. I'll tell you that. I was young then, didn't really. I wasn't even a good driver back then. So like yeah, I'm probably the best driver I've ever been now. Like I became a delivery driver after that. And yeah, I'm the safest motorcycle rider. I don't care. I'm not with one of those. Uh, I don't ride like a hooligan.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
That's smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Smart.
I've been waiting, man. Time it's been a while since I've been on two wheels. And I've been looking for a while. I gotta get a bike, but I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for the timing to be right, you know what I mean?
Well,
Because like
Harley
they
did
say,
just come out with like their new Road Glide.
bro,
It's
it's fucking
really
gorgeous.
sweet.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. And that's what I want. A road glide or a street glide, you know? I go back and forth on those, you know? But those new fairings look fucking beautiful. The bikes are badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
It's
2015 Dyna, and I
that's
love it.
badass though.
I'll always have it. But like now that I'm a dad, I'm like, I need a touring bike. Like I need a bag now. Like I think I need a I need a Road Glide or something.
The
We'll see.
price points on those things are just outrageous right now though, too. They are outrageous, you know?
I get a lot of police vehicles in because I work at an auction site, so we get a ton of police Road Kings in. So I may have one of those for a couple
There
bucks.
you go. There you go. What are those? What years are you looking at on those? Like 16s, 15s?
We'll get anywhere from like 2005 to I think we've had a couple like 2016s,
Okay.
and the only problem is like they obviously have to gut them basically before they bring them to us. They don't normally always like they sometimes we still have like red and blue lights, which I legally have to throw those away, you know.
Yeah.
But but like yeah, none of the signals or anything will work on those headlights because they just yank everything off of there because they got to get out of the sirens and stuff. So it's a lot of work if you get one, but they're you know if you grab a 2010 Road King for $3,000, that's still a
You're way ahead.
crazy good deal.
Yep.
You can yeah.
That's what's up. What kind of crazy finds have you had over there?
I actually just bought my wife a 2013 Chevy Caprice
Oh, sick.
today.
Today you
And
got
saying when
that.
I bought it, I mean her dad bought it, but I
Okay.
did because I worked there. Yeah, which is like the Caprices are only available to law enforcement,
Mm-hmm.
so no one can buy a 2013 Chevy Caprice unless you go through auction. So that thing is a sports sedan. That thing, I'm a little.
Badass.
It,
Is it a
she can have a heavy clip.
5.0? 5.0?
It's a 6 cylinder.
4.0.
I'm not a super car guy, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. But they do soup them up because they are law enforcement vehicle. This car came from Brentwood.
No
Through Brentwood.
way.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
city
that's
of
what's
Brentwood.
up.
Greece. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So yeah, and I bought
Got
my
the spotlight
Chevy.
on it too?
I bought my Chevy Silverado. No, because it wasn't a patrol, which I don't
Okay.
want a patrol car. I never want to buy you don't want to buy a patrol police car because they drive those things like madmen. uh, but yeah, I got my Silverado, my old '05 Silverado, but it's got the Tommy gate, which in barbecue, so nice.
Is it really?
I can load anything on there in 2 minutes.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. That's badass. Outside of cars, you guys get only cars in there? Or do you guys
Uh,
get just
uh,
wild shit in there too?
everything, you never know what's going to go through. It's mostly like farm equipment. Uh, yeah, a lot of tractors. We get snowcats, a lot of trucks, just pretty much a little bit of everything. Yeah.
That's cool. And it's right there in Dixon too, or what?
Yeah, it's kind of in the country. It's out in the country in Dixon, but there's
Okay.
JJ Canes everywhere across the country.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
What
So I
else
got
we
a
got, Nick?
couple more questions, and then I'm gonna have to dip out for the graduation dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
What are your favorite tacos to make?
My favorite tacos. Oh man, I've been meaning. One of my first posts I ever did. So I used to work. The only time I ever worked in the food industry was I worked at a place in Natomas called the Pork Belly Grub Shack,
Huh.
and this was the only reason this place existed was because there was like this chef from. It was like two chefs from like really high class restaurants in Sacramento. It was like Il Fornaio and Crew, I think it was, which was like a sushi spot or something. Like it was like two hardcore, like high class. Like I could never eat there or afford to eat there. They were kicking it, and they were like, "What's our favorite things to eat as our comfort food as like high class chefs?" And they were like pork belly. So they just got together and made this spot called Pork Belly Grub Shack, where pork belly was everything on the menu. We had pork belly banh mi's, we had pork belly, but basically it was pork belly street tacos. It was a banh mi street taco. So I made it one time. I tried to replicate it when I first started doing the barbecue thing, and it was, it's just you pickle your own daikon and carrot. You have your barbecue pork belly, drizzled teriyaki sauce, pickled daikon and carrot, and you have a lemon pepper aioli
Ooh.
on there, and then some sriracha and cilantro, and it's the best taco I've ever had in my life. And I need to do it again. I need to do like a legit one. Yeah, yeah.
Damn, that sounds awesome. So
It's
that's
so
coming soon.
it is so.
Stay tuned. Make sure you're following Booyah's barbecue
Thank you.
page so
Now
you can see
I
those
have to do it
nice
because
ass.
I think like it was like my fourth post or something. It was just a picture of it, and I didn't even have cilantro because I actually bought parsley. So there's a piece of parsley on the stupid fucking taco. I was like, oh man, what am I doing? But yeah, no, I'm gonna do a full reel on that soon. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I just got to pickle carrot and daikon, which takes 30 minutes, but I am a lazy person, so I'll do it for you guys though. Everybody.
Please do, man. People are dying to see it.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's the next fast food Asian burger or banger? What are you banging next?
Yes.
And next, I never did Taco Bell, and Taco Bell is my sweetheart. So I don't know if Cabezon's been in the comments asking what my Taco Bell order is. I'm going to be kind of personally offended if he hasn't yet, because Taco Bell's kind of my thing. I don't know if you guys know this. That is the thing that's getting tattooed on my knuckles.
No, it's fucking.
I haven't made the appointment yet, but it's going to be Taco Bell.
Dude.
It always has been. I had the idea 12 years ago when I used to hang out with tattoo artists every day.
Yeah.
Like, just wait, you don't know, but it's 12, 15 years later, I still think it's a good idea. And so I'm getting Taco Bell on the knuckles. Taco Bell's a very big part. I'm overselling this.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Actually,
everyone loves Taco Bell.
Baja Blast doesn't fit, so Taco Bell it is.
Once you do it, when you get that Taco Bell tattoo, my wife's uncle's an executive at Taco Bell, believe it or not. Small world, right? Get that tattoo, shoot me a picture, I'm going to send it to him, and he'll send you all kinds of swag. Unreleased shit, sweatshirts, everything. I got you on that for sure.
So yeah, okay, Kelzo just said it. Asian Bang Crunch Wrap. But obviously, I'm a Taco Bell Rewards member. I have the app. I I have more points than anyone in here. I will show you my phone right now. I have like over 10,000 points on my
Holy
Taco Bell
shit.
Rewards. So I have early access. I've been eating that Cheez-It one,
Yeah.
and they got a Cheez-It Crunch Wrap. Uh, I would Asian Bang out that
So what is
Cheez-It.
your order? What
Yeah, I
is
was
the
about to
Taco Bell
ask.
order?
Okay, so the order used to be because dude, and this is the thing I hate about like starting a diet or whatever is that you have to keep bringing it up, and you sound like one of those tools who has to be
Yeah.
like, well, I'm doing this or whatever. So the legit order used to be, um, when you have Taco Bell rewards, there's all these free reward like for $7 I could get myself. You can build your own box, online exclusives only. Anyway, um, chalupas are my shit. Okay, chalupas are everything, but they're not. They're 80% consistent. If there's a Taco Bell, you can get a chalupa sometimes, and the shell isn't legit. The shell's a little cold. Shell's a little stale. Ruins the whole
It
thing.
does.
So your solid order is the cheesy gordita crunch because they are always fantastic. All right, so you got your chalupa, your cheesy gordita crunch, and the the soft taco, just regular beef soft taco. It's so
Hard to beat.
simple, but it is such a banger every single time, and only mild sauce. I have 500 mild sauces because they have the most flavor. They don't have the heat, but they got the flavor, baby.
They definitely do. What I love about Taco Bell, you go through the drive-thru and you say, "Hey, man, I need you to fuck me up with mild sauce." They don't play. They take that shit as a
They,
challenge. Like these other places, are like, "Oh, you get one sauce, you get one sauce. We got to charge extra." Taco Bell does not fucking play. They will load you up with so much sauce, man.
100%. My locker at work is full of mild sauce. All the drawers at my desk are full of mild sauce. I have mild sauce in the center console, in the glove box. I'm drowning in mild sauce, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. At all. What's your favorite thing that's no longer on the menu over there?
Well, this is the thing they do where they give you something and they take it away, and they bring it back and they take it away. Um, Honestly, I do enjoy the Mexican pizza. I know that was a lot of people's like favorite thing in the world. It was never my big thing. Uh, Probably mostly because I wasn't even allowed to really have it as a kid. They're like, not that. We're getting bean burritos. But Double Decker came back recently,
Yes.
and I was like, oh yeah, it's back. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a double. It's all he did was add beans, which is it's cool. But my thing, and this was a specialty item they had a few years ago, and they haven't brought it back yet. And I'm almost like, let's do this, guys. It was the XXL, or sometimes they called it the double chalupa. The thing was like a boat.
Really?
It had a cardboard container, and it was a chalupa that was like 3 times the size of a chalupa.
Really?
Yes, it was insane. It's like a pound and a half of ground beef. Like this thing, the double chalupa or the XXL chalupa. I think they called it two different. They rolled it out twice. I don't know if maybe it didn't do well, and so like they're like, let's call it something else. Then we'll take it away. I don't think it's something they'll bring back, but if they do, I'm all over it. Like I'll get them, I'll shrink wrap them and freeze them and save them for the apocalypse or something. But like that's the giant chalupa.
There we go. Well, hopefully we get to see you make a homemade chalupa here soon. You know, it's the same. All it is, it's a pita bread, right? It's
Just
essentially it's just
a
pita
deep
bread and it's
fried or
deep
a
fried.
fried
Yeah, it's
pita
deep
bread.
fried. It's the exact same pita that's on the outside of a cheesy gordita crunch. The exact same one. They just fry it. Yep.
Okay.
I used to work there a
Nice.
long, long time ago,
Oh, okay.
bro. That was
So that
the
they
best
literally do
thing.
just deep fry that.
You literally deep fry.
Okay,
Yeah, they've got like this
because
little.
recently I had a big DoorDash fiasco where they sent it to me, but it was just the gordita shell basically. And
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you don't even have gorditas on the menu anymore. You got the cheese gordita crunch. They're like, we ran out of chalupa shells. But now
Nah,
you're telling me
guaranteed.
they just didn't fry
It's
it.
exactly exactly the same. Yeah, it's a gordita shell that's fried. That's it, man.
I'm calling them, dude.
That's
I'm calling
fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Let's get the pitchforks out now.
never,
Yeah.
ever betray my Taco Bell, baby.
No, man. Hey, Booyah, it's been awesome fucking having you on, brother. Seriously. We're going to run it back again. We'll do it. I'd love to have you
Yeah.
on another time in the future.
100%.
So thanks for coming on, man. Everybody go on, check out at Booyah's Barbecue. You can find him obviously here on Instagram, but he's also on YouTube. Show him some love on his YouTube channel. He's working really hard, getting some long form content out there too. Really wants to build that up. You've got some goals around that page, right, this year?
Yeah.
So let's help him get there.
Yeah. Want to monetize that YouTube. That'd be tight.
Yeah. Help him out. Not only should you subscribe, but go watch his videos and watch them all the way through. Get him that those viewing hours, you know what I mean? Because that's really
Quit
what
my
you need.
job. I want to quit my job. I want to be a barbecue guy.
That's his plan, guys. So help him out. Help him do it. He can't do it alone. He needs everyone to be in there, showing him love and staying on top of what he's doing. And I promise you, it's worth watching. It's worth checking out. He is one of the guys that should be out here doing this full time. So I'm excited to see it happen. I know it's going to happen. It's not about if and when. It's just when the time is right, it's going to happen for you, Booyah. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep crushing. Salute to you, my brother.
Thank you,
Hope you have a good
brothers.
night.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you
Absolutely.
guys for having me on. And I ain't never gonna stop listening to Big Uncle and the Nephew.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah. Awesome, brother. You take care. Everyone, thanks for coming by and checking it out today. We got another episode for you guys next Friday. Make sure you tune in 6:30 Pacific time. Love y'all.